Hi everyone, it's Bumbleberry, and welcome back to Seduce Me. This
Woman, you're going to let me kiss you.
this time we're doing Sam. He's the aggressive one who's obviously just very misunderstood. So he's actually the first guy who kisses us. This is actually going to be like an abridged version
Good.
of his playthrough. I might figure out a way later. Oh, to help it out. But I'm just refreshing your memory from last time on Seduce Me, although this was actually quite a few
Sam,
times ago.
stop it.
So you get into your new house, and this guy just starts making out with you. Not exactly the worst thing that could have ever happened, but still.
We are a lady and we require an apology.
Why do I always look like the bad guy? Apologies aren't my forte, but I'll try my best.
Good.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry.
Sorry about what?
I'm sorry for kissing you like that. I went too far.
Thank you. He sighed and ran his fingers through his hair.
I didn't mean for it to turn out that way. It's just, I act on impulse, okay? It's difficult to control myself and... What am I saying?
It's okay. I get what you were trying to say. Thank you for the apology.
Yeah, no problem.
Anyway, if you're trying to pull any funny business in the future, just a fair warning, I know Taekwondo. Hi-ya! I think we've bickered enough. Time to get back to the main issue. And then we're going to skip ahead onto all of this nonsense. Ba-ba-ba. Doesn't matter. So we're going to hang out with Sam in the front yard. I walked out to the front yard to see Sam not cleaning but doing slow motions with his hands and arms. He was doing Tai Chi, a form of martial arts I'd previously learned aside from Taekwondo. I actually know Taekwondo! However, he wasn't cleaning, which made me cross my arms and glare at him. Aren't we supposed to be cleaning the front yard? And for some reason his voice didn't record. You were taking too long. I already finished cleaning. What? I looked around the front yard and noticed the windows were polished, the weeds were pulled and tossed out from the sidewalk, the lamps were wiped down, and the stairs were already swept. He really did finish cleaning. We literally disbanded a mere minute ago, though. Wow, you work fast. Sam didn't respond. He kept his eyes closed and continued to do his Tai Chi. For a guy who wanted to be a, tough guy, I would have imagined him doing hard workouts or karate moves for practice. Tai Chi was not what I expected out of him. I stood there wondering what to do. Let's join him! Let's go and be fabulous and hit things and do interesting movements. I remained quiet as I stood behind him and began to move along with his movements. He was going so slow it was easy to follow along.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
This isn't supposed to be fun, okay? It's actually supposed to be difficult.
I know. Sam opened his eye to look at me without breaking his motions before closing it and continuing. I followed along flawlessly, keeping his speed. It was very relaxing, until I managed to trip over my feet and land on Sam.
Oof! Hey! Watch it!
Sorry. I had landed on top of Sam, staring eye to eye with him. Sam and I couldn't stop blushing, nor did either of us move from the ground. I could hear my heart pound against my chest, or his chest, I'm sorry. Sam didn't move a muscle, but just stared up at me in embarrassment. I eventually moved up off of him and brushed myself off with a large blush on my face. Sam sat up and rubbed his head.
Man, watch where you're going next time.
I nodded. He stood up and looked at me for a moment. I could see in his eyes that he was concerned if I was okay, but he refused to ask. I smiled before walking him back into the house. I heard him sigh before I walked out of earshot. And now it's party time. So we're going to skip ahead and we're going to find him to eat with him. And I'm going to hunt down one of the boys to have my delicious chicken and rice dinner. I looked down each hall trying to find one of them so that I wouldn't have to go to each individual room trying to find them. I pursed my lips in irritation. Where the heck are they? I sighed, knowing that I would have to search for them in each room. I turned to head down the west hall before I suddenly bumped into an opening door, face first. Ow. Oof.
Whoa! What the?
This poor guy, we're gonna hit each other so much. I quickly stepped back, regaining my balance on my feet, and with the food in my hands, the last thing I needed was the floor. I shook my head and looked up to see Sam looking at me from behind the door in surprise. Being that I only saw his face, he was wet, so I assumed that the door led to a bathroom he was exiting from.
Oh, crap. Are you alright?
Yeah, I brought food. What the heck? Why did I say that? I shook my head and acted like I knew what I said. Sam raised an eyebrow before looking into the food that I'd brought.
Oh, hey. Thanks.
You're welcome, and you're shirtless. I was suddenly face to face with a shirtless, freshly cleaned Sam. A simple towel was hanging over his shoulders as he looked at me. I remained frozen, unable to tear my eyes away from the sight. Oh gosh, I'm embarrassed. Dang, he was ripped.
Hey, you alright? Hello?
Sam let a sly smirk appear on his lips before tapping my forehead with his finger. It was light, but I still felt pressure from it to push me back a bit on my
You gonna give me my food, or do you plan to keep staring into space like a nut job?
Nut job. For the win. Huh? Oh, right. Here. I quickly gave Sam his food, glaring at him. He chuckled before quickly dropping to the floor without... Oh, and crossing his legs to sit. I did a double take down at him before joining him to eat. I was hungry, so might as well. He must have been hungry because he practically scarfed all of his food down before I could get 2 bites out of mine. Well, he worked up an appetite. Geez, you eat fast.
Oh, sorry. It was good, yeah.
Thanks. Sam sat in silence, waiting for me to finish. It was odd. It was not far from having a dog watch you while you ate. Is he still hungry? Let's get him more food. Nevertheless, I finished my food quicker than I normally did and looked to Sam, who somehow got his shirt and vest on while I wasn't looking. He was fast.
Alright then. I'm heading up to the roof.
4. Roof. Roof? He was heading to the roof? Why? The roof?
Yeah. Wanna come with?
Hold on. He wanted me to join him? On the roof. The roof of a huge mansion. How?
I promise you won't fall, or whatever. Okay?
Okay. I will trust you. Today. Not every day, but today. We will choose you. Like Pikachu. And a heart pulse. I don't know why I was up for this, but I said okay. The small adventurous side of me was very happy with my decision, but another side of me was screaming at me, asking me why I did that. Because he took his shirt off. He took the empty dishes and placed them on a nearby stand before walking to a nearby window and looking at me. Wait.
Come on.
I walked towards Sam, unsure of what he wanted me to do. As I stepped on his side, he wrapped a tight arm around my waist and hugged me against his side. Whoa!
Better hold on tight.
I instantly wrapped my arms around him as he opened the window and stepped onto the ledge. I could feel him tighten his grip on me as he hooked up and grabbed the end of the roof with his free hand. I gripped tightly to him as he somehow was able to pull both of us up to the roof with that one hand. He lifted me to the roof first before pulling himself up and sitting with a content sigh.
See? I told you I wouldn't let you fall.
Your brothers would be so mad. Yeah. I sat up beside Sam, trying to shake off what had happened. He was a demon. I had to remember that, no matter how human he looked.
Pretty sight, huh?
It is very pretty. I like the little sunset over there. I raised my eye before looking ahead of us. The sight was truly beautiful. The estate was settled on a high hill, so the view I saw made me feel like I was flying. I could see Chicago in the distance, surrounded by forests and suburbs, like the one I resided in. Something about the sight took my breath away. I silently thanked my adventurous side for taking the risk to come up here.
You know, it's things like this that make the human world worth coming to.
Oh, I turned to Sam at his statement, unsure of what he meant. He kept his eyes to the view, but I could see very soft amazement in his eyes. What do you mean?
I'm not like my brothers. I didn't come to get away from anything or to fulfill something. Whatever they may tell you their reasons were. I came because, well, they're my brothers. And that's that. However, I didn't expect the human world to be so pretty.
I didn't understand. The brothers were running from more than just Malix? Or Malix, whoever you are, I still can't remember. What could have possibly driven them from where they were? You all ran from something?
We all had our reasons for leaving the Abyssal Plains. James didn't want to deal with his problems. Matthew wanted to live with humans more than demons. I came because I didn't want to be without my brothers, so I left with them.
That's rather sweet if you think about it.
It doesn't matter. I came, so here I am.
You don't want to be called sweet, Sam? I frowned and bit my lip slightly. I wasn't sure if he even wanted to be here with how he was answering. Still, I felt a small wave of confidence drive me to scoot closer to Sam. I wanted to try to be friends. Fate didn't like that, apparently. I found myself losing balance and wound up starting to fall off the roof. Ah!
Whoa!
Instantly, Sam grabbed me and pulled me to him. He wrapped his arms around me, making sure I wasn't able to fall back down on the roof, but that wasn't what made me blush wildly from ear to ear. What was it? I had somehow landed and straddled over his lap. He was hugging me close to his chest. It was almost like a romance scene in a love story. I couldn't tear my eyes away from Sam as he stared up at me in concern.
I gotcha. You okay?
Yes, I am. However, I continued to look down at him as he stared up at me. Neither of us knew what to do, and I could feel that we were both lost in that fact. As we looked at each other, Sam's face grew slightly red. What's wrong?
Hey, I might as well say it now, but sorry for being a dick when we met.
You all were a little weird. I must have been dreaming. Sam was being sincere? However, as I stared, I could feel his strength weaken. He was shaking, but continued to hold me to keep me from falling. Oh, Sam, do you need energy? His eyes widened before he looked away, refusing to answer, but refusing to let me go. I didn't feel a drain, so he wasn't trying to take advantage of the situation. That was it. He needed energy. But should I give it? Obviously. I grabbed Sam's face and tilted his head to angle with mine. Leaning in closer to him, I brought my lips to his and kissed him deeply. I didn't know if this would help, but it was how he got his energy before. I shut my eyes, waiting for the draining feeling to reappear in my body. Sam didn't move, nor did I feel energy drain from me. I opened my eyes and saw Sam staring wide-eyed at me, but unmoving. He was unsure of what to do, and I had silenced him with confusion. I didn't know why, but I felt both irritated and accomplished at the question, and at the look he was giving me. Where was his flirting? Where was his cocky smirk? From what I remembered, he took advantage of me when we met, and yet now he was somehow intimidated by me. I pulled away and spoke. I want to give you some of my energy. You've used a lot of it, and I'm sure that the energy you took from me was only used for healing. Let me help you.
I mean, I don't...
Sam, if you don't want my energy, just tell me. But I'm offering it to you if you do. All of a sudden, I felt that familiar feeling of warmth run through my body once again. I felt my body slightly heat up as Sam pulled my body tighter to his. He regained his stoic gaze before speaking.
Just remember, you offered it.
Oh, before I knew it, Sam pulled me into a gentle but passionate kiss. Heat erupted through my body as his kiss slowly and almost timidly got deeper. Sam kept an arm around my waist while I rested my hands on his chest. The energy from my body was slowly draining from the kiss, making me feel light and warm. It was almost pitiful how comfortable and how willing I was in this situation. Still, I held no regrets. I was enjoying every bit of this kiss. Sam gently leaned back, pulling me along with him so that I was laying on top of him. I felt odd, yet comfortable to be the one in control. Sam wasn't as forceful as he was when we first met, and it felt almost magical. It was how I imagined the first kiss to be like, except with the energy drain. Soon, though, the energy stopped, and Sam gently pushed my face away to end the kiss. I can't read! I've lost the skill. Hello? Just so we can see the full excitement. Sam wasn't as... Oh, never mind. I stared down at him as we both panted for air. I had never kissed like that before, and I was so lost in the moment I had forgotten how to breathe. Sam moved a strand of my hair from my face to behind my ear, eyes still full of desire. The look in Sam's eyes, though, I couldn't find the strength to pull away. I could feel the hold of his mind-altering spell fade away, but I still felt hot. Something told me I wanted more, and yet at the same time I wasn't sure if I truly did want to give any more. Keep going. Heck yeah. And more heartbeats. I opened the opportunity, and I was enjoying it as much as he was. I wanted more, and I was going to let him keep going. I wanted to keep going. I leaned down and kissed him again. Sam gasped against my lips, but continued. I could feel him pull on the tail of my bow, releasing it and following his hand off from around my neck. He moved the ribbon to his pocket before gently unbuttoning the top 2 buttons of my blouse. The desire in my body drove me insane, forcing a moan to escape my lips as he ran kisses from my lips down to my exposed neck. As he began to ravish my neck and shoulders in hot kisses, I leaned my head back and let a pleasureful sigh escape my lips. Sam was ruthless in his passionate kisses on my skin. He didn't stop touching and kissing me, making more moans and gasps run out of my mouth into the open air. He may have been full, but he was as hot as I was. I couldn't even comprehend how much time we spent making out. I was so lost in the pleasure that I didn't care. Call it sinful, but I didn't care. I loved it, his touch, his kiss, his heat. I desired it beyond anything at that moment, even as he lowered his kisses down to my chest just above my bra. My heart was beating wildly in my chest. Something about Sam intrigued me immensely, but something made my heart quicken for him. It couldn't have been love, but it was too passionate for lust. What was it? However, I began to feel dizzy, seeing the sky start to spin almost wildly. I gripped Sam's shoulders, trying to signal him to stop, but my mind faded to black before I could let out another sound. I felt good. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I knew that I would. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I felt nice. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Like sugar and spice. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. So nice. Boom, boom. So nice. Boom. I got a smooch. Boom, 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 boom. So I woke up in my room, and I could feel my swollen lips pulse gently and healing. However, when I looked down at my body, I saw that my shirt had been pulled back up and rebuttoned as if nothing had happened between me and Sam. I was just missing my ribbon. Before I turned to get out of bed, though, I spotted my ribbon on the pillow beside the one I slept on. It was tied in a nice bow with a small note attached to it. I gently slipped the note from the tie and opened it to read it. Hello?
Sorry, I went a little too far.
I stared at the note, letting a small smile grace my lips. He went too far? I enjoyed it despite the first-time circumstance. It was cute, though, to imagine him thanking me for something we both did and enjoyed. I brought the note to my chest, letting the memories of our meeting flood my mind. I indulged myself too, Sam. And we made out for like 5,000 years. Yes, I am familiar. Alright, and then as I'm leaving, someone takes my hand. Huh? I turned to see Sam, who was holding my hand back with a stern look on his face.
My name.
Your name?
My true name isn't Sam. I want you to know my real name if something happens.
His true name? What did he mean? Why was he telling me this now? I remembered reading about a demon's name from the journal I read yesterday. If you knew a demon's true name, you could summon them to you, no matter where you were or where they were. That'll probably help in the sequel. Sam gently pulled me to him and leaned close to whisper in my ear.
My name is Amaris.
Amaris. As he said his name, I could feel it lock into my memory. Something in my head would make sure I would never forget it. Sam pulled away and stared at me, despite worrying. Oh, shoot, and I had it in skip mode, so I lost his voice. But, doesn't matter when, call my name, and I promise that I'll come to you. I stared up at Sam, unable to say anything. I could only nod in response. Sam nodded back before releasing my hand and heading back into the dining room. Something told me that name would be used eventually. And so, what are we going to say? Amaris? Amaris! All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfed the room, causing the devils around me to cover themselves.
What the?
Gusts of wind rushed past me, almost forcing me back. I covered my face with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine brightly. As the gusts slowly started to die, the lights began to fade, revealing a very angry Sam. Sam.
Don't worry, I got you.
Yay! Oh, that was nice. He didn't even give Malix a chance to breathe. As I blinked, I saw Sam's fist ram itself into Malix's cheek, sending the devil flying back against the wall of the warehouse we were in.
You motherfucker!
Sam was relentless. He quickly followed Malix to hit the wall and began slamming his fist into Malix's body. An imprint of Malix's body began to form into the wall as Malix was beaten in. The remaining devils stared, trying to figure out what to do. Help Malix or watch in silence. Eris, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched with an amused smirk on her face.
Get! Ah!
Hello! He swooshed in. With a blast of heat, Sam was forced back from Malix. Slam stood on the balls of his feet, covering his face from the burst of heat that forced him back. Malix, on the other hand, was practically on fire. His menacing eyes glared deadly daggers at Sam as Malix gripped his gun.
You're dead, incubus!
Nah. Malix pried himself from the wall and began to fire hot bullets at Sam. However, none of the shots made it to Sam's body. In the blink of an eye, Sam had disappeared from his spot and reappeared at Malix's side, ready to lay a heavy punch to Malix's head. Oh, careful, that's gonna hurt.
Too slow!
Malix, though, wasn't as slow as Sam thought. Malix quickly turned to shoot at Sam, who barely had the time to dodge it. It quickly turned into a fight, of Sam using his speed to dodge and trying to hit Malix, and Malix using his gun and devil-like skills to try and lock onto Sam's appearing form. It was almost too fast to follow. There's no way you should use a gun on a guy who's really fast. However, I could tell something inside Sam had changed. He wasn't holding anything back in this fight. It was something incredibly demonic had taken a hold of him and forced each punch he threw and each step he made. Was this the extent of demon power? I didn't have a chance to answer myself. As Sam tried to dodge Malix, Sam tripped and landed on one knee with a loud thump.
Gotcha, bitch!
I gasped in horror. Sam had no chance to dodge or run. I could only stare petrified as Malix charged forward and jammed the barrel of his gun into Sam's mouth.
Eat hellfire,
No,
incubus!
stop him! Then, at that moment, something in the air changed. The air instantly went from frantic to still in energy. What could have been described in tone as the color red quickly turned into a deadly mix of purple and green as everything began to blend in together all at once. My eyes never strayed from Sam's face, however, even as it changed. His eyes began to glow a bright golden color as Sam began to bite down on the gun in his mouth. As the trigger was pulled, the gun was snapped in two between his teeth. Small fragments of the gun flew everywhere while the look on Malix's face went from confused to petrified. What happened to the bullets, though? Before Malix could utter a single response, Sam let out a gigantic, animalistic roar, sending waves of fear down my spine, and tackled Malix to the ground. Did Malix spitting out the gun? I think so. I can make noises too. As Sam began to punch Malix's face, one right after another. Sam's skin began to morph and shift with each punch, changing from human to something else. Before I was allowed to see Sam's new form, however, a pair of hands quickly covered my eyes. Instinctively, I reached up and gripped them, trying to pull them off. A voice stopped me. Is it you, Damien? It's me. Don't look. I'm in skip mode again, I'm sorry. I keep missing their words that way. I listened carefully and let the last two words linger in my mind. Don't look. Why? What was being hidden from me? I wanted to know, but they wouldn't let me. I could still hear Sam screaming and grunting with each punch he rammed into Malix's face, with the occasional cracking of bone and blood spatter echoing in the air. Maybe it was better that I wasn't able to see. That's enough, Sam. Almost instantly after James's command, the sound stopped. The only thing anyone could hear then was Sam's pants and grunts for air. Malix is dead, and you've lost your glamour spell. Shut up. Glamour spell? What did he mean? Why did Sam sound so different? Why was this all being hidden from me? It's a spell that makes us look human. I froze. Look human? They didn't look like humans after all? What did they look like? Like demons. As if Matthew knew what Damien was talking about, Matthew spoke up, followed by the sound of a cork popping out of a bottle.
Well, not for much longer. Here. Let's go. You gotta regain your glamour spell and you're all out of energy. Come on.
Fine.
No. I could hear the small clinking of glass being passed before hearing Sam guzzle down a liquid of some sort. The feel of the air around me gently began to warm back up, insinuating that everything had been returned to normal. Finally, Damien moved his hands from my eyes, allowing me to see around me once again. The devils, including Eris, had fled. On top of Malix's body was a dirty sheet that was quickly turning red from blood. I could see that Malix's face was completely caved in. Ew, making a dip in the blanket. The boys, however, had gathered around me, all of them, including Sam, looking like nothing had happened. What? What just... I tried to speak, but everything just zipped around in my head at the whole event. It felt like speaking wasn't possible.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
Okay. So that's where I'm going to leave this episode. Next time, we're going to get some freaky deaky dance music with our boy Sam. So apparently Sam is like the second favorite guy in the game, according to like some game poll. Is that true for you guys so far? Or who has been your favorite? But we'll see. We still have more Sam and Damien after this. So we will find out who the true favorite is at the end of Seduce Me.
Stay sweet, my friends. Until next time.